We're very happy to have you all with us as we announce a very unique feat, something that reflects partnership, endurance, and of course, healthcare, connecting our countries with shared history. Respecting the tradition of Sri Lanka, we will start with the lighting of the lamp, and I'm pleased to introduce Danish and Vrushali, our endurance couple who are going to swim from Sri Lanka to India. Can you light the candle, please? We can welcome them with a clap. Can I have Arshad join, please? CEO Flash. I request Mr. Rumi, Mr. Tilan, please come forward. Arshad, you can. Vrushali. Veena, can you come this side? I have my colleague Veena. Can I have Shaj? Shaj? Take it. Arshad, can I have on the head table, please? Vishal, Veena. Thank you, Veena. Yeah, you can give it.
Okay. This one is left.
Okay. Just to give you a small introduction to Manipal Hospitals, we are in healthcare for the last 75 years, and we are the largest private hospital network in India, managing 12,600 beds. Today, we are very happy to introduce this amazing couple, Danish and Vrushali, the first solo couple who are going to connect India and Sri Lanka. They're going to swim on the Ram Setu line, a salute to our shared history and tradition. And as a healthcare brand, for us, this also means endorsing them for the wellness part of it, for the healthcare part of it, and as a hospital that is chosen by patients from Sri Lanka, we thought this is important that we are with them in this spirit of perseverance. Just to give you an impression about Manipal, we are the largest private healthcare network in Afro-Asia. We have 49 own hospitals, 12,000 plus beds. We have 11,000 plus healthcare professionals with us, and we've been investing in technology and patient-centric healthcare. We receive patients who trust us from over 120 countries, 160 countries. And in our healthcare journey of last 75 years, we have put Indian healthcare in the global map by bringing the best of the best at the most affordable price. And we're very happy to announce that we receive a substantial number of Sri Lankan patients every year. Clinical excellence, ethical practices, and patient centricity is the way we look at our healthcare journey. And when we say we have invested in technology, we've invested in most advanced technologies. So today we talk of AI in healthcare, so we use AI in diagnostics. We believe in precision. You know, surgeries have evolved to minimally invasive, to single incisions, and based on the requirements, we have invested in all types of robotics. So Da Vinci Xi is the latest, like how you say iPhone 17 Pro. We have the Mako, which is an US-based striker robo. We have the Indian robo. We also have Medtronic spine robo. So surgeries which were otherwise conceived as dangerous have become less dangerous. Precision has become standard, and the robotics also gives the patient a quicker recovery, shorter hospital stay. And the reason we are showing this is to show that the entire gamut of robotics that you talk about, right from joint replacement, hip and knee, to abdominal surgeries, to cardiac surgeries, to spine surgeries, everything is integrated in our system. I also have to add that we are one of the largest bone marrow transplant centers. As we speak, we have 4 patients from Sri Lanka who are getting through bone marrow transplant. And while people know bone marrow transplant as the most complex thing, in stem cell transplants, we again have invested in the most advanced system, in the most advanced technology, as well as medicine. As I said, we have 70 plus years of experience in healthcare. We started as India's first private medical college, and this is our global patient traffic metrics. We have a team that looks at seamless services for our patient community, exclusive for that. But again, coming to this interesting press meet, which is about connecting our countries, we're very happy that we are with Danish and Vrushali, the first solo couple to do this swim across the Ram Setu. And here you have my boss, the group CEO, wishing them success. And with that, we'll let them speak and share their excitement of connecting these countries, crossing the Indian Ocean. Over to you guys.
Hello everyone, I'm Danish, this is Vrushali, and well, how do I even introduce this swim? It started with just, I would say, like a drowning incident 4 years ago on our first date, and since then it became like a quest for empowerment, where we said that, we don't want this feeling again of being helpless in water. And that has sort of escalated into this. We never really meant to do this. It was meant to be, okay, we'll do 1 lap non-stop. Okay, fine, let's try doing 1 kilometer. Oh, let's try in the ocean next time. Let's see if we're able to survive. Oh, let's do 4 kilometers. Let's do 5 kilometers. Now let's measure in hours. And slowly we've started measuring in countries now. So that's a great feeling. Thank you.
Yeah, so like Danish said, this journey of swimming of just about 4 years, which started in 2022, has mainly been about not feeling helpless or feeling that you are in control of yourself in any environment that you are in. And because we love water, we have such beautiful marine life all around India, all around Sri Lanka. And we love to explore it while diving, surfing, scuba diving, everything. So we just wanted to know that we can take care of ourselves when we are out in the water. And yeah, that's how it started. And yeah, the swim is slated for 6th May 2026, 6 days from now. So excited, prepared, nervous, everything.
Well, before we get into questions, I also have our partner in front here, Mr. Rashid, CEO of Flash Healthcare driving the digital healthcare movement of Sri Lanka. Ashad, your comments.
I think first and foremost, it's only fair that we start off with addressing the fact that what Danish and Vrushali is going to do is not just a golden and courageous move, it's also symbolic. And I'll tell you why. Because a few months ago, we actually were talking to a patient who was having some serious illness conditions. And it's because they had a lot of concerns in terms of how they can get treated, and it's not because there was no treatment, it's just that they didn't have clarity, right? And the answers that they needed was across the board. So they did what many Sri Lankans did. They started planning the trip, that's cost, time away from family, right? It's not simple. And all of this, what, you just go talk to a doctor? And that's when we started thinking, why should someone have to leave home in order to get sound medical advice? And I think that's where this thing becomes symbolic. So as both of you take that last, stroke of completing it from Sri Lanka to India, you're also making that a symbolic movement to say that from today, access to world-class medical advice could be done between both countries. So congratulations to both of you, and super excited for this partnership. Thank you.
Now we'll leave the floor open for questions. Do you have any questions to ask the couple?
Have you all done anything similar or less challenging, and what has been the experience? And in terms of distance, nautical miles, how long is it?
So the distance will be around 30 miles, 30 kilometers plus or minus, depending on the tides, currents, everything. So we have done this swim last year in a relay format as a team. So this time we are doing a solo swim, which means that we will start from Sri Lanka and only stop swimming when we land on the beach at Dhanushkodi. It will be a continuous non-stop swim. Last year we had done a relay swim in which I will swim for an hour, then he swims for an hour, then somebody else swims for an hour. So the effort and the load is much lesser. But yeah, we had covered that entire distance as a practice for this year, 1 year back.
How long did the team even take? How long did it take for the team?
It took us 9 hours last year.
So you were swimming non-stop?
Yeah, this now we'll be swimming non-stop without any breaks.
Has anyone else done a 30-kilometer distance?
Not couple.
Yeah. So basically, we are the first ever couple to do this swim from Sri Lanka to India. Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of distance, it's fine. In terms
Uh,
of distance, is that sort of for the swimmer? Is that sort of
Oh yeah, in terms of such swims, there you can do such swims in different parts of the world, or yeah, all over the world. There are different swims from connecting like England to France, Spain to Morocco. Yeah, there are swims in New Zealand. There is a Catalina swim which is in USA. So there are such swims all over the world.
for the Manipal? What's the message?
So for Manipal, it's a as I told you, this is about partnership, this is about endurance, and it all sums up to connecting healthcare. The reason they are able to do that is their commitment to following all healthier habits, training, clinically preparing them, diet modifications, all that. And for Manipal, it is also our time to express how much we value the relationship between our two nations. India and Sri Lanka, we share a huge history. We are united by a culture. We are united by religion. So this also, I think, swimming in the western part of the world is kind of a common thing. Many have done the English Channel and all that. But when it comes to South Asia, we have not heard about much of this. And even the relay swimming that they did, but when I look at this, a husband and wife doing this, what we look at is this is what we should endorse. So this is the message to the family. This is to inspire the youth. This is to follow healthier life. Like personally for me, I've sent my children for swimming classes. So I know I'm interested to learn swimming. at this age. So, whenever we look at creating a healthier habit, these are the things that should inspire. And normally, for a hospital group like us, we engage in clinical activities. And I would think possibly this is the first time an Indian healthcare brand, and as the largest private sector Indian hospital, we thought this we should promote, we should support, and for all you know, the next time we do this, we might have Indian and Sri Lankan swimmers doing this together. And that is how we take this forward. Let it inspire the youth, let it cherish and treasure the shared history of our nations. Thank you.
Personally, is this the biggest challenge that you two going to face?
Yes.
And also, can you have some background? I mean, you said 4 years ago, but that must be your as a couple, but you must have been swimming from younger days, I guess.
Yeah, so I'll answer your first question. This is our biggest swim yet, and 4 years ago we started to swim from zero. Like the first dip in the pool, the first stroke that we started learning. It was kind of a New Year resolution in January 2022 that we started, and haven't stopped.
You should also tell them about the obstacles that happen, like you're telling us the sea lice and all
Yeah.
those things. So, I was thinking of this as, about endurance and all that, but there are a lot of challenges apart from what we see from Danish, if you can
Yeah,
narrate
so
that.
where do I begin? So biggest thing that comes to mind, jellyfish. Still have PTSD from all the scars from my practice swims. Oof, so on the boat while going to Sri Lanka, we'll be seeing all of them that we'll be meeting in the water the next day. So that's always nerve-wracking. Then come tides and currents. Tides are a little bit more predictable, but currents is more of the local topology and how you can get trapped in sometimes eddy currents, whirlpools, and small stuff. But that's a more unpredictable. Sometimes we might be stuck at one place for 2 hours, and like a treadmill, we have to just keep going so that we don't get pushed back. Then there are winds. If the winds are against tides, we receive something called chop, where it becomes difficult to breathe. Every breath is a gamble. When you look up, you might just be met with a mouthful of seawater rather than oxygen. But yeah, this is part and parcel of life, I would say. It's like surrender to the elements. Teaches you humility as well. Not much is in your control except yourself, and you just have to keep going despite everything.
My son had a question. What about sharks?
Yeah, oh yeah, and all of Instagram as well. What about sharks? So again, that way, this swim is very safe. In fact, swimming in general is very safe because we do it in known waters where captains, fishermen, like marine bodies, coast guards, etc., know the water and say that yeah, it is safe. This part of the channel, due to fishing and other activities, sharks are not present in this Park Strait area. So we see dolphins sometimes, so that's cool. That's fun. And actually, sharks get a very bad rep. They are very timid. They don't really attack, especially in this Indian Ocean area. Yeah, great whites, bull sharks, and all in the Atlantic, sure. But sharks are not the big threat. Jellyfish are much more dangerous. If anyone is planning to start open water swimming, shark is never going to be a concern.
Do you use that no chat time? Like that may be a time when you all are facing so many challenges. As a couple, how do you cope with each other?
So we have essentially trained together for these entire 4 years. So we have seen our ups, we have seen our downs. We know what he feels. I know what he feels when he's feeling down and what actually helps him get better. He knows what helps me. Like for example, if somebody just comes and gives me 10 different motivational quotes, I'll just like slap them in the face and swim away. So like we both have different ways of motivating and inspiring each other when we are down. So we have sort of figured that out by making mistakes. So, and plus the biggest thing is that we will be swimming next to each other the entire time. So just having that company and knowing that, he's going through what I'm going and I'm going through what he's going, that itself gives a lot more strength than if you know that you're just alone doing that.
So that's also a message to all the families and married couples, those who are aspiring to get married. I'm thinking of today take my wife to swimming classes now.
Professionally, Both you are what are your, I mean, your professional swimmers? This is your bread and butter, doing things like this.
No, so I am a product manager.
I'm a freelance game designer. So yeah,
Both in software.
yeah. This is what we do for fun. Yeah.
And in terms of 9 hours, would you be sort of supported during the swim by a crew that the companies, going to?
Yeah, so we're gonna have like all types of boats with us. There'll be a
Okay.
kayaker right next to us.
Okay.
So we never have to, look at direction and all. We always keep sighting them while swimming.
Okay.
We focus on our stroke. And there'll be a medium boat where our coach will be watching over us and keeping an eye that, is our stroke rate dropping? Are we feeling fine? Okay, that sort of progress. And they also carry our fields. So every 45 minutes to 1 hour, still in the water, they throw us a fishing line and then we kick and we grab, we lay on our back and we have our feed, which is usually like a liquid plus one solid treat every hour. And there is a big boat, the main mothership, which is where all our luggage and everything that will take us to Talaimanar, where we'll start from, and that will show the way the entire way.
So this is
Back to
from
Danish.
Colombo to Colombo to
No, Talaimanar to Dhanushkodi.
Thailand.
What's one memory you can share with us from that?
Really jellyfish memory always.
No, there is a memory from before the swim. We got married in 2021, and on our honeymoon we went to Maldives. And that time we did not know how to swim. It was October 2021, and we were doing water sports like jet skiing, stand-up paddleboarding, and everything. And the instructor asked us, "Do you want a life jacket?" And then I was like, "Obviously, I mean, how stupid question? Like, how can you go into deep waters without a life jacket?" And then just in that moment we saw two very young European kids, like maybe 10, 12 teenagers. They were jumping off a pier much farther ahead of us in deeper waters, and they were snorkeling, free diving. And in that moment I felt like how empowering would it be, to just jump in any water anywhere and know that you can just take care of yourself and enjoy in the waters when we were struggling to like wear a life jacket even in the shallower waters. So I think that memory comes to me when I am swimming in the middle of ocean, in the middle of two countries, of how far we have come in these 4 years, and that is a very empowering feeling.
That's also, that's also the message that we are trying to sort of say that, we are not professional swimmers. We didn't start from childhood. We've not been trained. We know people who started learning at 40, 45 and crossed the English Channel at 60. We've seen it happen, and we need it. We need more confidence and empowerment, essentially, in all areas of life. We shouldn't feel like, say, the water is not for us. All of these sports activities are not for us. They're for everyone. And it happens when we hit 50, 60 that, yeah, done. Now is the time to rest and relax. Not necessarily. You can have fun. You can do whatever you want at whatever age. And you can start at whatever age.
Plus, I think another thing that we have seen a lot, at least in Indian beaches, is how parents take their kids to the beaches and they never let them go in the water. Like you go on a beach, you eat an ice cream, you like eat food, drink, and then you come back. And if a kid is running into the water, the parent stops them from going in instead of like maybe accompanying them and making them comfortable in the water. And we both the countries we have like such a huge coastline, maybe one of the longest coastlines, and yet most like less than 0.1% of a population knows how to swim. While in European kids, in Australian schools, they teach swimming as a part of their school curriculum. Like almost everybody that we've talked to, they have told us that they have learned to swim as a child. So I think swimming is a life skill that all of us must have, no matter if you want to get into the water, do water sports or not. In general, I think it is because there have been so many deaths from drowning every year. So it should be a life skill that all of us should be learn, like cycling, for example. So I think that is also another thing that we want to sort of share and inspire others through our swim. that it is never too late to start learning to swim, because many of our peers that we know, they just tell us कि अब तो उम्र चली गई, मतलब swimming सीखना, if you want to learn swimming, you have to learn as a child or never again. So I think that is another thing that we just want to share through our journey, that we started to learn in our 30s, so it's never too late.
Is this your first visit to Sri Lanka, or you have been here before?
First visit, so we have come here over for a layover, but never in the country.
In the 6th you'll be here, and then what's the kind of preparation from now onwards?
So we will be going to Rameshwaram now. We'll be staying and practicing in Rameshwaram, in the waters near Rameshwaram. On 5th, we will be boarding a boat with which we will go to Thalaimannar. That will be the boat which will accompany us during our swim, for the navigation, for our food and everything. And on 6th morning, 4 o'clock, we will start swimming from Thalaimannar, and we will end it at the Dhanushkodi beach.
Any more questions?
Go to India. Go to India.
So we live in Bangalore. Same.
Yes.
So, Danish is from Gujarat, Vrushali is from Maharashtra, Veena is from Karnataka, I am from Kerala. So you have a mix of Indians here, you know. Yeah, we are also very unique. We speak 22 official languages, 1,600 identified languages, all possible religions. So you're getting a flavor of the Indian diversity as well. So with this, thank you so much for joining us. This is a story that should inspire people. This is not about just connecting history, but it's about inspiring others to get to preventive health. And we all know that everybody around us, we are living in a world of non-communicable diseases taking a huge strain on the GDP of every country. Healthcare has reached a stage where the burden is increasing day by day. The supply chain of healthcare professionals is in problem. And we are saying that, and when I say this, keep in mind that I am talking from the world's largest populated country. So why we have hospitals like Manipal with integrated healthcare is also pointing out to the kind of demand and supply gap in super specialty healthcare, subspecialty healthcare. And people like Danish and Vrushali has to inspire many more so that healthy lifestyle, that is the only way a common man can help healthcare and help the country, because every life matters. And with that, we thank you. And Sri Lanka has been a home away from home for us. And I'm sure there will have more visits to this beautiful country. Thank you all for joining us. Please join us for high tea. And if you have any questions individually for us, please feel to ask us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Can we take a picture? Veena, can you put this? We'll stand up for a picture.